Welcome to saisuriyasacademy. If you are new to my channel, then hit the subscribe button and support us. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the key differences between the keywords and the identifiers. That is, keywords used in C programming language as well as identifiers used in C programming language. Already we had discussed as a small part of keywords and identifiers in C tokens previous video. You can check that in the I button. Now let us move on to the key differences between the keywords and the identifiers. Today we are going to discuss about the 10 major differences. Let us discuss one by one. The first one is we want to know about the key definition of what is a keyword. Keyword is nothing but the predefined or a reserved word which is built in within the compiler, which gives some special meaning to the compiler. It is a predefined word. And then when discussing about the identifiers, that is, it is the user defined name. It varies entirely from the keyword. User defined names which can be named to variables, functions and arrays. So the name can be decided by the user, but it has some specific rules how to give a name to the identifier. So this is the key definition of an identifier. Say for example, a predefined or a reserved word. It can be of any, we can define as a keyword as a integer, float or a different if, while, when we are using a for loop. These are all the keywords. The for is the keyword. And when we are using the identifiers, it can be of any names. Say hello underscore world, sum, average or any name, marks 1 or whatever thing we can discuss. The second one is the specify the type or the kind of entity. Just example, integer, float, these are the types. That is, it defines the data types. That is, the variable belongs which data type, integer, float. And then the kind of entity, it can be used as if, for, while, switch, etc. That is, it defines the type. When we are using a variable name, it defines the type, whether it belongs to an integer, float or a character. That is the type. And then it specifies the kind of entity. Entity is nothing but the variable name or an object. So it defines the kind of entity, means we can use the for loops, if else statement or while statement or switch case. Every time the actions differs, that is, the kind of entity means the action. What is the action? That is being done by the keyword. That is the second point. And then in the identifiers, it identifies the name of the entity. It can be of marks 1, sum, hello or whatever names we can able to give. These are the some examples: marks 1, sum, hello. That is, it identifies the name of the entity. That is the name of the variable. That is the second point. And then third one, it uses the keywords uses the lowercase only. Here everything is written in the lowercase only. No uppercase is allowed here. In the identifiers, it can be both lower as well as uppercase. That is, we can be able to represent the same sum as capital uppercase. But most frequently we are using only the lower cases. But it accepts the uppercase also. And then the fourth point, it starts with the lowercase letter. That is, the first character always contains a lowercase letter. That is, keywords always uses the lowercase only. So ultimately the first character will also be a lowercase. Example here, for, while, switch, everything is the lowercase. And then here in the identifiers, the first character, it uses the both cases and an underscore. That is, uppercase can also be used as well as lowercase used, as well as underscore is allowed here. That is, we can able to use underscore name. Just example, variable name, underscore name, it is allowed. That is the identifiers. Here the underscore can be first character as well as the middle also we can able to use. That is, marks underscore M1. This can also be used. And then next one, fifth point, the keywords contains only the alphabets. That is, no digits or anything is allowed here. But in the identifiers, it consists of alphabets, digits, as well as the underscore. That is, we can able to name sum1, sum2, or whatever thing. In the same program also we can able to represent marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4, etc. We can able to use here. It consists of alphabets, digits and underscore. We can also use subject underscore marks 1 can be used. Okay. Now next, the sixth point, no special symbols or white spaces. That is, white spaces are not allowed or any symbols. For example, we can represent type def. This is the correct word to be represented. We cannot be able to represent type def, or go to statement we cannot represent go space to. Both these things are invalid. It is not allowed in the keywords. Here only underscore can be used. As said here, marks underscore M1, subject underscore marks 1, only underscore is allowed, no white spaces. For example, the subject underscore marks 1, subject blank space marks 1. This is invalid statement. It is not allowed. Now you would be very clear, I think. And then the next point, here in the sixth point, no white spaces are allowed in both the cases, keywords as well as identifiers. Only underscore can be used in the identifiers. Okay. Next, C consists of 32 keywords. Here I am discussing only for the C programming language. In this series we are discussing about the keywords and the identifiers. So C contains 32 keywords here. Here in defining the variable name, there is no such limitations. That is, the user defined names, we can able to name any name. We can give our own name to the program, or we can represent any variable, marks, average, mean, whatever thing we can able to give. So there is no limitations in C. That is the for identifiers. That is the seventh point. And then next one, the keywords, eighth point, keywords doesn't contain any type of classification. That is, it cannot be able to classify it. It is just the predefined word which consists of 32 keywords. Here, the identifiers, that is the variable names when used in functions. It can be called as a global variable as well as a local variable. This is also already discussed in the structure of C program. You can refer. That is, consider this main program. When a variable is represented before the main program, consider integer A. When it is represented, this is called a global variable. Consider the same variable when it is represented, for example, integer M1. When it is represented here, it is called the local variable. So that is the difference. So the identifiers can, when used in functions, can have classification, whereas keywords doesn't have any classification. And then the next one, these are some examples of keywords: float, switch, type def, which has already discussed here, go to, while, void, and then volatile, auto, for, switch, if. There are so many keywords you can refer. These are the keywords. Some of the identifiers: some, average, book underscore ram, bike underscore speed. These are the some of the examples of the identifiers, that is the user defined names. And then the last one, the keywords cannot be used as an identifier. That is, we cannot give a variable name as int, integer, or a constant, or some while, or some of the keywords. It cannot be used as a identifiers. As well as the same point, the identifiers cannot be used as the keywords. That is, it is the predefined word, this is the user defined name. So both cannot be used. Keywords cannot be used as identifiers, as well as identifiers cannot be used as the keywords. Hope you will be very clear about these 10 points and the differences between the keywords and the identifiers in the C language. Okay, that's all for today's video. We'll catch you all in next video. Keep supporting Sai Surya's Academy. Thank you.